Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Trimcraft Tuesday video. Now that we are in November, I thought it was about time to start some Christmassy makes. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these two Christmas stepper cards. Now, regulars to my channel will know I do not tend to make fancy fold cards. I'm not very good at it. I don't have a mathematical enough mind for making fancy fold cards. However, stepper cards, so very easy to make. So just a slight twist on a normal card and they sit like that. Obviously you're getting the bird's eye view there, but they sit kind of like that on someone's shelf or table or whatever, and they just look a little bit extra nice. And then there is the side fold stepper card, which looks like this, where you've got like one part of the card is a normal card and then just a little twist at the side there. So we've got the classic and the side stepper. For these two cards I have used Paper Addicts It's Cold Outside for this one, and I have used Paper Addicts All Is Bright for this one. So I will start with the classic stepper card and show you how to do that. So for making this one, you need to start with a piece of A3 card. If you don't have A3, then don't worry about it too much. I will tell you what to do if you only have 12 by 12 or A4 in a bit. Obviously you can use whatever colour you like. I'm a big fan of using white, and you will cut it down to 5 by 15 inches. Now the width doesn't matter too much because obviously that's how wide the card's going to be, and you can have it as wide as you like really. You can go all the way up to 10 if you want to. That's totally up to you. I personally wouldn't make it much smaller than 3.5 to 4 wide, otherwise it's just gonna I don't think it'll fold so well. But yes, this is the size this is the size that I quite like for this one, so this is the one I am going with. So yes, 5 by 15, and then you will need your scoreboard. Now, as you can see, I don't have the greatest scoreboard in the world, and if you don't have a scoreboard at all, you can always just use the old pencil and ruler trick and, you know, make a mark and then fold it across your ruler like so. Scoreboard isn't absolutely necessary, it just makes life a little bit easier. And then you want to score it at 4 inches, at 8 inches, and then if you have a nice wide scoreboard, you will not have to do that because you will then score it at 10, 12 and 13.5, but as you can see I can't go that far across, so I just sort of have to bend it and start again at the beginning here. One of these days I will have proper equipment, but yeah, so another 2 inches there, then again at 4, so that's another 2 inches, and then at 1.5 inches, so 5.5. There we go. So yes, just to repeat, we've got our scores at 4, 8, 10, 12 and 13.5, and then you just want to fold and burnish all these little score lines. I find it best once you have done all your folding and burnishing to flip it over and do it again, just so the folds are nice and flexible, as it were. And then just simply fold it all into place like so, and there you have the base of your stepper card. I told you it was super easy. I'm sure plenty of you watching already know how to do this. Now what I tend to do with this one, because it's quite, I don't know, bouncy, I actually just find something heavy, if I can find something heavy, and then just kind of put that on there and just leave it for half an hour or so, just so it sort of rests down in place. And while that is sitting there doing that, I will show you how to make the side stepper. So for the side stepper, you're going to start with a 5 by 7 card blank. If you do not have a 5 by 7 card blank, that is fine. Just cut a piece of card to 7 by 10 like this, and then just fold it in half like so. Now if you are using a card blank, you do want to check, because sometimes card blanks don't sort of fold perfectly, so I always just double check that it is sort of meeting at the edges there before I burnish the score line. Then for this one, if you want to make this exact size, I'm going to talk in a minute about making different sizes. Don't worry, I'm getting there. But you want to take a T-square or a ruler. I prefer to use a T-square because it's just more exact. And mark at the top at 3 3/4 inches. And then turn it around, and from that line, mark at 2 1/4 inches. And then just draw a line across there. Then take your metal ruler and a craft knife. You can, of course, use scissors, but usually doing it this way is slightly more exact. And then with the card folded, because you want to go down through both layers, just cut down that line down to the end. And then if you're fussy, like I am, just erase that pencil line, because it's kind of ugly to look at. When that cut is done, take your T-square again, you can still use a ruler if you want to, and then you can either score along this line with your bone folder, but I think it's easier just to do this personally and just fold it over that ruler line, then burnish it a little bit, just easier really. Then flip it over and do the same the other way, like that, just so it's nice and bendy and flexible. And then all you need to do is open it up like that and then push that down, and there we go. And then score that again, just so it's nice and folded and where it needs to be. Ta-da! And that's all there is to it. So now that the bases are done, all there is left to do is decorate. But I will just talk very quickly about how you can do it if you have different sizes of paper, if you want to try out different sizes and stuff like that. So with this one, the classic stepper as it were, all you need to do is have 6 sections or 6 little rectangles, 2 of the same size. So I've got 2, 4, 2 2s and 2 1.5. So if you have a shorter thing, say 12 inches, then you could do, oh, I need to work out the maths for that. You could do 3 plus 3 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1 plus 1, which takes you up to 11. So you can fiddle around with the sizes as much as you want, as long as you have the 6 sections, again 2 of equal sizes. And again, you can even go further and make the stepper go out longer if you want to, so add sections. If you've got a really long bit of card, you can play around with it. There's lots and lots of options. And with this one, again, as you saw, really easy to make. You could go as far along the length of the card, or as not as far along the length of the card as you want to. Go as low as you want to, as high as you want to. Again, totally up to you. So you can fiddle around with the sizes and stuff, but I was just showing you the sizes that I kind of prefer at the moment. So with my card bases made, I am going to put you guys on speed up, talk over what I'm doing to decorate these cards, and then I'll come back to you at the end. Okay then, so I'm going to start with the side stepper card and use Dovecraft Little Red Robin for this one, and also this Build-A-Scene die set from first edition. I don't know if it has a name, but I will link it in the description box for you. So I'm going to start off just doing sort of like matting my card with panels. I was just measuring there the different sizes I needed to do, because obviously I need 1 for the main part of the card and then 2 for the stepper section. You could of course cut an L-shaped piece for the front of it, but I kind of wanted 2 separate panels. The sizes are roughly 3.5 by 4 3/4 for the bigger part, and then 3 1/4 by 2 3/4 for the front part of the stepper, and then the same width, 3 1/4, but about 2 inches I'd say for the stepper part inside, because obviously it's slightly shorter. What I forgot to say, by the way, when I was telling you about doing different measurements and stuff, when you're doing the side stepper, you can't go any lower than halfway down, because obviously of the way the stepper bends inwards. If you go lower than halfway down in your cut, then the stepper's going to poke out the bottom and it's not going to work. So yeah, forgot to say that, but I have said it now. So I've die cut these little Christmas tree shapes with that Build-A-Scene die set, and I'm just sort of mounting the different parts of the tree just on some scrap paper, just because then they're just easier to put down in one. So I'm just, as I said, just like a little line of paper there, and using Brit Stick to put those on. I also die cut the sort of the tree base, I don't know what you want to call that, and I die cut that with the tartan paper from the collection, and then also some brown glitter card, which is Dovecraft, I believe. So I die cut it twice so I could do the paper piecing like I'm doing now. And then I'm gonna add, Conan came for a visit, of course, but I just put the glue on that tree, so I was like, I'm gonna have to put this down around you, because anyways, he has the best timing when it comes to when he interrupts me doing crafts. It's always when I've got like mixed media on my hands or glue just put down somewhere. Anyways, sometime later I went and I did whatever he wanted me to do, probably feed him, because he won't stop eating at the moment. He's getting his winter bulk on. So I've put my trees down like so, and then I've die cut these little sort of like Christmas tree lights, and I've die cut those with gold and red glitter card. The gold I think is Simply Creative, and the red is the Dovecraft, and I'm just very delicately putting glue on those and putting those down with tweezers, because obviously they are quite fiddly. And that's pretty much it for the stepper section. For the main section of the card, I'm just going to make this little banner here, just cutting sort of about 3 by 1.5 inches, and then cutting fishtail banners into the end of it, just so there's something for, I'm going to use one of those little fussy cut robin wreaths you can see there, just something to mount that onto. And I'm also putting those on with little foam squares just to pull it up a little bit. And then, oh, I forgot, I wanted to put something on top of my tree, so I'm using these Christmas glitter stickers from Simply Creative. These are from last year's Christmas collections, I believe, but I'm just popping that star on with a glue dot there. Then I'm going to add a bow from Little Red Robin, just adding that with glue dots. Ideally, I like to use either a hot glue gun or something like Glossy Accents for a bow, but I was trying to get this done for the video, so I might go back and redo it with Glossy Accents or something. But then, yes, I'm just adding gems either side of the bow, and the camera did cut out, unfortunately. I did do some extra things to this card, but you'll see that when I go real time at the very end of the video. So for the classic stepper card, I'm going to use Dovecraft Festive Wonder. That's the Dovecraft Premium Collection this year, and I love this paper with all the houses. I don't know what it is, I just love it. So I'm going to fussy cut 4 sort of rows of houses and then have that as my stepper, so it's like you're looking onto a town scene, kind of like late at night or something on a Christmas evening. I'm getting all poetic now, but basically just fussy cutting little rows of houses and putting those on my steppers. And then I'm just cutting the panels to put on the front, so obviously they're all just under 5 inches wide. I always do my panels slightly shorter than the measurements of the card because I just like to have that border around. Everyone's different, you may not like to see the border, but I do, so all my measurements are usually about 1/8 of an inch under what I kind of say they are. But yes, so doing 1.5 by 5, a 2 by 5, and then a 4 by 5 there in the different papers, just so, yeah, I just thought they would look nice if they were different, because I've got every level of the stepper has got those houses on, so I thought it would look better if there was something different. And I used the dark one for the background because then it's more like the night sky, even though it's the night sky that says Merry Christmas on it, but it's very festive. So I'm going to add my little houses like this, just at varying heights kind of thing, so when you look at the stepper card straight on, you can see things poking up from behind kind of thing. So when I stuck down the last one on the main part of the card, it was kind of floating up too high in the air kind of thing, so I was like, oh, this looks a bit rubbish there. You can see there, it just kind of looks so I decided to just cut another piece there and add that too, just so it just didn't look as floaty kind of thing when you fully opened the card out. And that did leave a tiny little gap at the bottom there, but I was too lazy to do any more fussy cutting, so I've just added this Red Houses washi tape, which, where is that from? I think that's from last year's Kiki K Christmas. I think, I could be wrong on that, it could be the year before. Here I'm just adding some die cut pieces, again die cut with glitter card. These are dies that come with the Festive Wonder collection, so I've got that really pretty big snowflake there and a couple of stars, but I think the snowflake as well can also kind of look like a star at the same time, especially if you do it in gold. But yeah, adding a couple of those, and then I wanted to add a sentiment. So there's this sticker from the sticker pack from the collection, obviously, that says just for you, but it's also a label. So I'm taking the black and gold twine from the collection and just putting the twine through the label, because regulars to my channel will know I can't have a tag that doesn't have twine or ribbon in it. So I've put that through there, just cut it quite short and just sticking it on there. It just says just for you, kind of cute. And I'm going to finish off this card. I'm just putting something heavy on it just to keep it in place. It is one annoying thing about stepper cards, is because they're kind of bouncing back up at you the whole time. Just sort of stay down while I try and decorate you, will you? Anyways, I'm going to finish off with these enamel dots from Festive Wonder. I am obsessed with these enamel dots. They're so pretty. I need to go and buy another packet because I love them so much. But yes, I am just adding a little red one and 2 of the little sort of, they're kind of black, but there's almost a hint of navy to them. They're black glitter, but they're, yeah, just that little hint. And with that, I believe I am finished. There we go. So this is the side stepper made with Little Red Robin. My camera cut out, unfortunately, and you didn't see me add this glitter glue around the edge. This is just the glitter glue pen, the gold one that comes with the Little Red Robin collection. And I also added this sentiment here, which is one from one of last year's collections, I think, from Merry Little Christmas. So yeah, there is the side stepper, and then there's this one made with Festive Wonder. I kind of like the sort of Scandinavian style of this, I suppose you could call it. So yes, just to remind you of the collections, we've got Paper Addicts, It's Cold Outside, and this whole thing was made with the 10 by 10 centimetre paper pad. So if you're wondering about those and like, oh, what on earth could I do with that little paper pad, you can actually do quite a lot with those. This one with Paper Addicts Always Bright, this one, as I said, Dovecraft Little Red Robin, and this one with Dovecraft Festive Wonder. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please do let me know if you have any questions or anything. What I would like to know from you though is I have quite a few Christmas projects planned over the coming weeks, but I would like to know what particular Trimcraft Christmas collections. The doorbell just went, hang on. Appropriately, that was an order from Hobbycraft just arrived. But yes, what was I saying? If there are any particular collections from this year's Trimcraft Christmas ranges you would like me to use in these coming videos, any ones you really want to see used or anything like that, if you're thinking about buying them yourself and want to see how to use them or get some ideas on how to use them and all that kind of thing, then do let me know if you have a preference. The only one I can't really do is Christmas Village because I don't have the papers from that collection, but I think I have pretty much everything else. So yes, just let me know if you have a preference. Other than that, I think I am going to go. Thank you so much as always for watching. And yeah, okay, going. Thanks again. Bye-bye.